Those
Of
were
course.
amazing lessons. Hopefully, people find it valuable. But now, let's say, how did you get into photography, and what made you kind of explore that next? Because now you're in a new country, right? You're in America, new partner. What made you look into photography?
Wow. This is a story. Look, everything happen in life guide you to other new situation.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was a personal trainer, I used the photography as a tool with my clients or my students because they were, most of them were bodybuilders or people who wants to lose weight or looks beautiful, handsome, but they go to the gym every day, train so hard, doing the diet, and they don't feel or they don't see any change. So we need a strategy. Okay, guys, what we have to do is take some pictures every month, pictures in front, the back, the sides, and we can compare. And what's very, very good because they could see, okay, in January I had this weight and I look like this, but now February, March, June, I can see the changes because they see themselves in the mirror every day. They can see the changes. It's just like when you go outside and somebody tell you, oh, you lose weight, good for you. So, oh yeah, oh, nice, good. When you see the pictures, you have perspective.
All different angles.
Different
of
angles,
the,
yes, exactly. And something that happens one day in my office, I had a client. She came for a psychologist treatment. And the first thing one of the first things that she said is, I don't understand my husband. Why you don't understand your husband? Because he's so stupid. She said many bad things about him, but at the end he was the worst man, the stupid man. Why? Because he says that he likes me, that he feels.
He said he likes her, and she.
Yeah, that he feels excitement because of me. He said, "What is the problem?" And she said, "Look at me.
Look at me. Why?
No, look at me." I said, oh my goodness.
She didn't see
How?
herself as.
Nobody would like somebody like me. So, wow. You can think that maybe she was an ugly woman or something, but she wasn't. And we have to start about that, to work about that and her own concept, you know. Was a little complicated, but one of the tools that we use was photography. One of the things that I explained to her is was very difficult for her to see her in different angles because she sees herself in the mirror. It's just one plane. It's two dimensions. Yeah, but I can see you in this way. Maybe I like your profile. Maybe your profile is nice, or maybe this angle or this other one. You never see your back, or you never see how beautiful is your bum. You know, many aspects. And what we tried. She used her camera to see different angles of herself, and at the end she takes some professional pictures looking in a good way, try to expressing herself, and was very effective. Incredible, was very effective.
Really, that's amazing. She saw herself differently.
Yes.
She could see like what other people see, which she never saw.
Exactly. She connects with her femininity.
Femininity.
Yes, femininity. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And was really nice, and give me another perspective for myself.
Oh, you saw how it affected her, how she saw herself differently.
How much photography could be in a therapy.
Oh.
Yeah. And I like photography. I used to go outside in Barcelona to do street photography. And because this therapy that I have with this woman, I ended up doing boudoir photography. I'm starting in Barcelona, and I did it here too. Yeah, trying to offering to women the opportunity to connect with themselves, with this part. But it's a conflict that I have because some people trying to do boudoir
Use
photography
it for something bad.
Yeah, because they confuse different terms like nudity, sexuality, but this is not the idea of boudoir. Boudoir is a kind of photography of women for women. It's not a photography for men. This is Playboy. This is very different. What I want is that this woman could see herself beauty, sensual, not the sexy part. This is another part of photography. This is glamour photography. Yeah, you can go to nudity. Actually, we can have nudity in boudoir, but I don't have to show parts. It's not necessary. I don't understand why some photographers take the picture of the bump directly with the camera in front. No, why you have to do that? You are using women in the same way the industry uses women for sell cars, perfumes, etc., etc. Using the sexual area.
So you saw the boudoir was making it used in a negative way, and you didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I think that we have a lot of things to do in this way. Yeah, the women can enjoy this themselves and use it
like in a tasteful way. It can be like in a tasteful way just for yourself to enjoy yourself, but in a tasteful way.
Yeah. And when I moved here to America, what I discovered is that this is the country who moves about license. You need license for everything.
So you couldn't do what you were doing before, the psychology, the therapy. None of that was acceptable here.
Exactly.
Because
I have to
license.
start from zero, studying everything. Was like, I don't want to do that. I want to flow, and this is something that I thought many years ago. I want to do what I like, what I really enjoy, and so I love photography. I think that I can do something with it, and I can use therapy in photography.
Yes, actually you can.
Yeah, and this is what I did with boudoir. In some way, now that I'm working in wedding photography, events photography, I use it. I use it because sometimes I have couples doing the
photo shoot.
Yes, we do pre-weddings, and I need to recognize how they are.
Like their personality?
Personality, exactly. I could say, okay, this person is like fire, wood, earth, or metal, whatever, and this person is like this. That's why they have this interaction. They like to do this kind of things, activities. If I have people who likes to be extrovert, I can ask them for jump, to scream, to do things like that, to laugh very loud. But if they are more like introvert, I can ask for this kind of things. I have to change my way to work. I need to adapt. That's the way that I use my knowledge in photography right now.
That's so amazing. It's like you were saying before, every step of your life was kind of like you put it all together and it helps you in the next life. Now you can use that in photography because you have the knowledge of the human behavior, how it works, and what would be like the best way to get it out of the person, right? You try and take a picture of the couple, you know the best way to make them feel comfortable, make them feel alive, or whatever they want to do.
Exactly.
Oh, so that's how you got into it. Okay. So what would you say is, so now you do event photography and wedding photography. Right now, those are mostly your two amazing areas, which I have seen, I can tell you, really good. because you were doing a lot of the events at the salsa school. You were doing a lot of those photos. There are some amazing photos. We love all your photos always.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy.
That's so true. We do. You capture, like, I feel like, especially in dance, you capture like the movement, you capture the joy, you capture, like, it's like you can feel what they're feeling in your photo. It's not like you're just like, okay, just stand there. No, it's
I try to avoid that.
yeah, it's never just stand there. No, it's like you can feel the entire experience that they're experiencing through your photo. So I definitely like how you choose to take the photos at the events, especially the dance ones. Yeah. So what would you say in your current role now that you're in photography? What would you say is one misconception about photography, like that you wish people would understand more?
Misconception in photography. Maybe some people think that the photography is just to expose yourself, you know, in the ego way, egocentric. I think that it's not just like that. Obviously, it's people using it in that way, but it's not just that.
What?
Yeah, photography is something more. Photography is about story. Photography is about to preserve moments. When we made this transition to being primes to human beings, we draw, we tell stories in stones, you know, because people need to remember that moment, or they need to count what they have, or they want to teach future generations about what they do or the way they live, or what was important for them. And it's the same thing now. When you have a wedding, what you want is to tell the story to your kids. These pictures are for them. It's not for you in reality. Because you can see the pictures. Oh, yeah, it's so nice. But at the end,
it's a story.
It's a story that you want to tell. You want to show. Exactly.
I like that. That's a good way to look at it.
Photography, at the end, is your legacy. This is something very important for us. You want to remember how do you look when you were 60, 20, 30.
Yes.
Yeah? Your kids, when they born.
When they were born? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. When they had 5 years, when they made that speech, whatever. You want to remember these things. And photography is very related with storytelling. We love stories.
Yes, it's always fascinating.
Yes, it's fascinating.
It's fascinating, okay.
And we love to use our imagination. When you see a picture, you imagine that moment. Comes to your mind. Yeah, and immediately you feel what you feel in that moment. You can hear the voices around. You can hear the music. You can smell. Everything is in your mind. Yeah? And you can tell me, oh yes, but in video you have that. Yes and no, because video depends of the editing, or the person who edit show you. Video guides you in emotions. It's in the movie. The movie guides you with music. If I edit my video with fast transitions, it's like moving, excited. If I do it slow, with slow music, romantic, you have another sensation. In reality, what I do is manipulate you, and your perspective change. But when you see the picture, you have some memories, and you imagine in the way that you want to imagine. Maybe you imagine one thing and imagine other, but it's pleasant for me. Yeah, and you show your kids, and they could imagine, oh, how beautiful was my mother. I don't want to say the video is not important, because it is. Beautiful areas. It's so nice. It's very complementary, photography and video, but always paints and pictures have something magical there. I think it's so nice.
I like that. I like that. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, is that basically why you think photography is important? Is because of all the things you just mentioned?
Yes, I think photography is so important because allow us to document our lives.
Yeah, it's not just look at me, oh, I look cute today. It's not like that. It's more of, like you said, it's the whole journey. It's
Exactly.
it's the experience of it, and it's important how it is taken also. Like that's why, like I said before, the skill that you have, I feel the skill that you have is really good to capture whatever it is that the theme for the event is, or the person, the couples thing is. I feel like you're really good at just kind of, you set the theme and then you kind of bring it out of them. I think like you're really good at it. So definitely appreciate that. Okay, thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Another question I would say is because you're now working with people, right? Where most of your life you have been working with people. How has that helped you in your current job in photography? Because a lot of times you don't know who you're working with, you don't know who the client is. So what would you say is like a good way to see if, you know, maybe they have like a bad integrity, or like they're like lying? Like, would you look at their body language? Would you look at their like how do you kind of pick and choose who you work with and who you're like, nah, I don't want to work with this person because they're gonna be trouble for me?
Yeah, it's very tricky to do that, but I have to say that I use my knowledge for that. One of the things that I learned was NLP.
Okay.
And another thing was facial recognition.
Oh, like the different expressions of the
Exactly.
person's face. Okay.
Yeah, and it's helped.
Really?
Yeah, because you can see different changes when the people say things. You can see it, but one of the most important things is to see the behaviors in different moments. For example, I always think that you can understand a person and see how this person is when they play.
Really? When they play? Tell me more.
When somebody's playing, if they are correct and respect the rules of the game, or they try to cheat.
Ah.
Yeah? If they do that, there it's very possible that they act in a similar way in their own life. The way that somebody treats another person. For example, you go to a dinner and this person is mean with the waiter. What do you expect with you one day? Similar behavior. Yeah? Because the people relax in that moment and they go out what they really are. Yeah? And the other thing is that you need to hear what they say.
Yes.
Yeah? Socrates says, talk, I want to know you. Yeah? I see you, but now I want to know you. Talk. Because of the way that you can see what is inside. Somebody can lie to you, but it's difficult. They can do that all the time. You have to see in which areas they are incongruent. Yeah? Somebody that I know one day told me that she likes to train her dog with positive reinforcement.
Reinforcement? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she screams at the dog all the time.
What? That's not positive reinforcement. Oh, so you're like, let me see what you mean by that talk, right?
And
And you can see.
in this moment, she was telling me something. Okay, but she acts in a different way. You have to see what the person said,
Actions. The actions.
the way they act.
Does it
It
match?
makes, yeah. Is it congruent? Is congruent? Okay.
Okay. Thanks for sharing. So, what would you say is your favorite part about doing what you like, working at events, working at photography for weddings? What would you say is your favorite part about doing that?
I think to have contact with people is very.
The human interaction. You get to
Yes.
meet new people. You get to learn.
I really like to have friends. I'm very into people, you know, and I like to create, to find different situations that makes me think how to resolve this problem, how to take this picture. I don't have enough light, what I can do, all these things that challenge me. I like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it's like a creative outlet, and you get to interact with people, and they're all so different. You always have different personalities, different kind of humans. You have to kind of see how to approach them.
Yeah, it's just lovely, and I like to capture natural moments. I know that as a photographer, we always said the same. I capture your real moments, but I don't know how to explain this. I wait for something real, more than the people they're posing. Sometimes they look at me with the camera and they goes like, okay, I take the picture, but I'm going around catching these moments. I really like to do that.
That's super awesome. But it just reminded me of another question I was going to ask you. So I have a coworker right now in Manhattan, and this lady has never done a photo shoot for herself because she is very shy and she's very scared.
Okay.
And she always has a dream of what it would be like to, have photos. But she's like super shy, and she's like she's just like scared to do it. So what would you say to somebody like that? What advice, like what would be like the words that we would say to somebody like that to encourage them to give it a shot?
What is the worst thing that could happen?
That's a good question. What's the worst thing that could happen?
If you don't like the pictures, you can delete it.
Ooh, that's a good
Because
one.
the problem, I think, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, is that we feel insecure with pictures because we don't have a good idea about us.
That's probably what it
Yeah,
is. She's assuming that she's not gonna look good. So she's like, I'm not even gonna try.
Because I don't feel that I look good in front
And
of
she's
the
gorgeous,
mirror.
by the way. She's gorgeous.
The beauty is something very, very difficult, because what is beauty? Yeah, somebody could tell me, man, you're so handsome, and somebody could tell me, you're so ugly. Compare with who?
Everyone's different.
Yeah, and beauty is about.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? It's like it's who is like.
And beauty is basically symmetry. Yeah. And beauty changed. The concept of beauty changed through the years.
Yes.
Yeah. In the medieval, beauty was different than now. Yeah. The beauty women, there was some.
Yes.
Some weight.
Yes.
Now, well, in some point was very
Skinny is more considered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the jawline very straight, things like that. Okay, this considered like beautiful.
Now, right.
Yeah, but the most important thing is, how do you feel about yourself? The idea of the pictures is, these pictures is for yourself.
So maybe because she doesn't see that in her, she's scared because she's assuming it's gonna look bad. But if she actually tries, like you said, what's the worst that could happen? If she actually tries, she might see something different.
And the thing is, she's thinking in the future. Yes, ahead. Yeah? This picture is not just for me, because my husband, partner, whatever, will see the pictures. My mother, my friends, and maybe they don't like it. They will judge me. They will say that I look so bad. All these things in their mind. This is the problem.
So I like the suggestion that you said, like, what's the worst that can happen, and let them kind of just take the shot and kind of just try it once, just to see for themselves what it really is. Because, like, one of the ways I think some people say to overcome fear is just to do it, right? So do it and then see.
Yeah, and photography is tricky. This is happened with my wife. I hope she don't kill me for this.
Don't kill him for this.
One day, we take some pictures. I don't remember exactly what happened, but she wasn't feeling very good with the result. And something that I could see, this was a long time ago, and something that I can see in that moment is the angle of the lens that I was using. I was using a zoom lens. And she said, I don't feel very well with this picture. It doesn't represent myself. Oh, what happened is that depends of the lens that you use, the angle of the lens create distortions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's why if you take your cell phone and you put your cell phone very close to you,
it's a different...
your nose looks like this,
yeah. What's up with that?
And this like that.
Yeah.
It's horrible. That's why a lot of people take selfies like this. Up, because makes this part straight, looks better, and they look. If you want to look, what is your good angle? The best, the best angle. Yeah. Yes, you have to see your pictures. You look for your selfies. Oh, it's always here. This is the light, your angle that you like more.
That's such a good tip. It's so simple, but it's such a good tip.
Yeah, and this is what I would say to your friend. You need a professional who knows what to do and take the pictures who represents you. Yeah, because maybe you take your camera.
1 second.
We have somebody looking for
by the helicopter. We're taking a 1 second break.
Is it what happened in New York?
New York, use helicopters.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, she could take the own camera. Maybe she had bad experiences because had pictures not very professional, not very good.
So she needs like a good professional that would know how to put the right angle, how to get the right pose, how to get her personality.
Yeah, because take a good picture is not just press a button. Usually people think about that. It's like, oh, let's just take a picture. You come to my wedding and just... Oh, no, sorry. It's not just like that.
Yes, and I just remembered, a little off topic, but you mentioned that you were in Colombia recently, right?
Yeah.
For a workshop.
Yeah.
What was some of the things that you found really useful that you learned there about photography?
Basically, well, I think two parts. One is a business aspect, but the way that we communicate with clients was important, but directly with photography, the light. It's just going to the base, it's the light. How we can transform areas or sets using light and colors.
Ooh,
we can transform the reality in photography without using big processing. Now is very trading the AI Now the Photoshop and all these things, everybody's crazy with that. But you can do very good things using light in a very good way, with a purpose. That's why being a photographer, a professional photographer, is not just to press the button. You need to know about the properties of the light, the properties of the lenses, the aberrations, the distance. It's a lot of things. Composition. I think this is very important, and for me it was very important that part of the light.
Yeah. No. I remember just you were saying that you came back from Colombia. I was like, oh my God, Medellin, Colombia. It sounds like super awesome. That's a good place to have like a photography workshop.
I didn't dance.
No dancing?
No.
No. I gotta make up for it. We'll do dancing here. He's a good dancer, by the way. You're a good dancer. He's a really good dancer because we see you dance in the socials sometimes.
Well, I dance all my life.
Really? Wait, when did you start dancing?
When I was, with the process of dancing, since I was a little kid, watching my mother, my aunt dancing, all the people around me. But I started to dance when I was 10 years old.
Really?
Yeah, in the streets.
Oh, you learned on the streets? So you really know how to move.
Yeah.
Freely, and you can feel the music.
Yeah.
It's not like a structure.
And then in Barcelona, I learned a rhythm called zouk.
Oh, I've heard of zouk. It's fun, right?
Yes.
You love that
It's
one?
lovely.
Which one do you like more, salsa, bachata, or zouk? Or which one do you like more? Which one's your favorite?
All of them.
All of them? You're like, I'll take it all.
All of them.
It's all fantastic.
No discrimination.
No discrimination. Dance is good. All dance is good as long as you enjoy.
It's a good therapy.
Isn't it like therapy? It's basically like therapy.
It's one of the. I consider that one of the best way to meditate.
It's therapy, meditation. But you would use it for meditation?
A little bit, yes.
Why?
Okay, because meditation is being in the present.
Yeah, you have to be here, present.
Exactly. When you dance, you can't think in your problems because you live your.
You have to look at your steps, look at your arm.
You have to think in what to move and create the connection that you are in the present.
It does force you to pay attention to now. That's so true. I agree with that. It can be really.
Yeah, sometimes
really
I try to meditate and my mind is everywhere. But dancing is there, always there.
I agree with that.
I never found myself thinking in my problems, dancing and thinking in my problems. I can't.
Yeah, you can. It's either one or the other. Either you're dancing or you're thinking.
Exactly. Then maybe you stop and you come back to your problems. But at least if the song is 4 minutes, you were meditating 4 minutes.
That's so awesome. Hold on. So I have some fun questions.
Oh my
really
goodness.
Fun questions. This is like a little question card.
Okay.
We just like randomly like pick a few questions.
I'm scared.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I don't know.
It's simple. It's like everyday questions. We just like pick which one we like, and then all right. We'll start with the first one. It's like a fun little ending. Okay.
Questions?
Yeah, it's a card from a lady that is a journalist, a reporter. So all her life she was interviewing people.
Okay.
So she came up with this like fun game where you kind of you kind of pick questions to make it interesting to get to know somebody.
Okay.
It's like that. I was like, I want to play that. Okay, so this one, out of all the extraordinary people that you have encountered, who made the largest impact in your life or left like a biggest memory in your life out of all the interesting people you have encountered?
I have to
pick one. Or you can do two. If you want to do two, you can do two. Or top three. It's okay.
Big impact in my life.
Yeah. It could be your parents too. It doesn't have to be like.
I would pick Kim. Kim Josem.
One of your teachers?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's a strong man. He's like very stoic,
Ah, okay.
and he goes into depression.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I met him when he was in a depression. Even being a really bad situation, he just built himself again.
Wow.
And he teach me a lot. He guide me. I admire him so much.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Thank you. Okay, the next one. I think we already talked about what's the most difficult part about what you do for a living. Did we talk about that? What's the most difficult part about what you do for a living? Like right now, the photography. Is there like a difficult, challenging part about it? Is it the people? Is it the
Right
is
now
it the
in photography, what is the difficult part in photography? I think sometimes the commercial area is difficult. All this part and numbers and all these things, because I'm not very much.
Okay, yeah, that part is a challenge. That's not creative. That's not like you can't use the same talents.
Yeah,
it's like a different.
I love to take the picture and create, but all these areas are very difficult for me. Even the social media is difficult for me.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's a creative.
Yes, but I don't know why. Sometimes to think what to create in social media, how to put it there, I don't know. Why.
Yeah, it's a different skill set. It's a little bit of different skill set. It has their own rules. It has their own like algorithm. It has their own like hashtags. Like it's a little bit of a
think
skill.
The other part is because I'm so judgy with myself.
Oh, really? You criticize yourself?
Yeah, I want to do things in a good way.
I have a tip for that. You want me to share a tip for that? Because I used to be like that. I was like, if it's not perfect, I'm not releasing it, right? So the rule is, my coworker, my boss would tell me, if it's 75% good, you can post it, because it's never going to be 100.
Yes.
75%, go for it.
This is what I have to do.
Yes. Otherwise, you're going to be spending hours.
Yeah. Sometimes spend a lot of time in a small thing.
Yeah.
In a picture, the editing
And
something.
it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because if it's 75% good, go for it. That's what I had to do. Otherwise, I would just get stuck. And this way, I just like go.
Well, thank you.
There you go, a
I would
little
do
tip.
it.
Okay, next one. What is the biggest sacrifice that you had to make on your journey to achieving whatever you wanted to achieve?
To say goodbye to my family.
Oh, they're in Colombia or the?
When we were in Colombia and we moved, and this was a big sacrifice. And starting in a new country was difficult for me, very, very much. Hard situations, I think it was.
Okay. Yeah, that can be very challenging, obviously, when you have to pick, your dream, or it's a challenging kind of thing, but it comes with the journey, right? That's the journey of life. It's because the ups and downs. It's never straight, right? It's never everything is perfect and peachy. That's not life.
It would be boring.
It would be boring, yeah. Without the ups and downs, it would be boring.
Yes.
That's life. Okay. What is the title for this season of your life right now? What would you say is the title of this season of your life right now? That's a good question.
If you, I don't know if it's correct to say that, but if I have to say, the first thing that comes to my mind is happiness.
Oh, that's amazing, because the journey that you have had, the ups and downs that you have had, to call this finally a happy moment, a happy chapter in your life, that's amazing.
Yeah, it comes to my mind like big letters like this. Happiness, like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Does it have a lot to do with the partner who's sitting right there?
For sure.
Definitely a lot to do with the partner right there.
And the way that I feel with myself too. It's like this combination. it's nice.
You have come to a different level of understanding yourself, of
Yeah.
knowing yourself, of
Yeah.
loving yourself, respecting
It's
yourself.
every day is something new that I learn from myself. Yesterday, I have a beautiful conversation with her. Yeah, because I have a lot of insecurities, and I know, I don't know. Yesterday, talking with her, some things that I could understand, and I feel there's something changed, and this is nice to feel that. That makes me happy.
Ah,
Just simple, but it's like that.
I love that answer. But that's basically, a lot of the times people think like to be happy in life you have to have big things, boat, cars, whatever. But the happiness in life is really not from things. It's not from money. It's not from, you know.
No, it's from a state of mind. I have a big problem with that. That's why I said, I don't know if it's correct to say that. It's because we are confused with happiness and content.
Okay.
You can be happy. You can
Enjoy.
You can have a happy life and have problems. Yeah, I can have a discussion with a friend, but my life in general is happy. But if I think that because I feel good in specific moments, this is the moment that I'm happy, I'm wrong. I bought a new car, now I'm content. Not happy, content because that. And I go outside and somebody crash my car, I'm sad again. Oh, what happened? Yeah, I depend of the weather to be happy or not. You know?
But that's not how it should be.
I don't want to be like that.
You don't want to depend on anything outside of you to
Yes.
give you happiness.
I don't want to say that I'm 100% in that. No, because I'm not. But this is my goal.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. It sounds like you're getting there, like the way you just described, where you find happiness in your current life. That's a good way to look at it. Okay, thank you for sharing. I don't know if we want to go with this one. Okay,
Let me prepare. More vodka.
okay. What is your earliest memory or example of success, and how did that impact you? So I guess, what did you think before success was, and what do you think now success is? I think that's what they're saying. Because, you know, we all like grow up thinking success is one thing, but then you live life and you're like, that's not success.
Okay. Yeah. When I was little, I was thinking the successful was being like millionaire, having cars and things like that, you know, and go out with models.
Yeah, that's what most
All these
people
stupid
assume.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
But being in Barcelona, I could understand the success for me was doing or being in the state that I want to be.
Ah.
If I have a goal
Okay.
and I achieve this goal, I'm successful.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's not, I'm not successful.
Okay.
And I plan my life the way that I want to have my life, the way that I want to work, and I feel really, really in that state, very successful, because I have my office in the apartment that I want, the big one with my office there, living in the center of the city, having the beach like 15 minutes ago, traveling. I feel very good.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I thought the most important thing in this is that I'm doing what I really want to do. I'm working in the way that I want to work and the way that I feel with myself. I feel comfortable doing this. I feel that I know what I do, and I feel that I can share with people. That makes me feel that way.
Yeah, I think the important thing is how do you feel every day of your life, right?
Yep.
How does success, how do you feel every day of your life? Like if you're feeling miserable but you have stuff, is that really a success, right?
And now, what makes me feel success
Yeah.
is that I could have conversations with my wife.
Oh, look at that.
I really know that sounds cheesy and silly and whatever you want to say, but I really understand how important is that.
Why?
It's my daily life. It's the person who lives with me, and I want to live my life with her.
You want to spend time with
Yes,
the person who's most
exactly.
important to you.
And this communication, again, is very important. And I could do it. In the past, I was the kind of guy difficult to have a conversation.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
No way. What do you mean?
Oh, ego.
Oh, you were like,
I'd just say that. Maybe I had ideas difficult to change. And yeah, for me was like difficult to evolve, to transform. I was very fixed in something.
what do you think made you be open to shifting that personality? Was it like life experiences?
Yeah, life.
Life was like,
Life like that.
you better
Yeah.
change or that's not gonna work.
What I told you, sometimes life is telling me, man, you have to go there. Yeah?
Even the pillow fell.
Oh,
It's okay.
that's okay. Can
We
stay
can just
here.
leave it there. Okay, so speaking of that, the next question is, what do you know for sure?
That everything change.
That's right, nothing stays the same.
No.
Even if you think you're comfortable in this situation, is it going to be like this all the time?
Everything change. This is the natural way. This is nature. But we don't want the things to change. We say that we want. That isn't true. Yeah? We want the country moves in the traditional way. And we want to respect traditions. But traditions change. And the way to think change. It's not the same thing, this society 100 years ago than now. Yeah? And we said things like, because I'm always like this. No, I'm not the same man than 20 years ago. This guy is dead. I'm another one. I'm this one right now. And the possibility that I'm completely wrong is high. And maybe tomorrow or 10 years or 5 years, I say, I changed my mind.
Yes,
And
it's
this is correct.
possible.
This is-
It's definitely
this is
possible. And it's fine, because that's the part of growth.
Yeah.
So I like that answer. So basically the only thing you know for sure is that everything changes, nothing stays the same. It changes.
The rest, I don't know. I don't know.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Okay, we'll do like 3 more questions. And
Okay.
then we'll go because we're not
More
going to do.
vodka. I know, gin. You said.
Okay, let me pick some good ones because we only got 3.
Holy,
So,
his face.
so this one is about like your whole life, right?
Okay.
A mistake that you made along the way that you would really like to save other people from making.
I think they opened my mouth too quick.
Too much? Learn to pause. Listen first.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes there's impulsivity like, Oh my
And
goodness.
you're like, why did I say all this?
Yeah.
They got me in trouble. That's funny because one of my bosses, one of the advices he always gives in negotiations, he's like, you always let the other person talk first. You never start like, this is my demands, this is what no, you listen first.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah. Actually, the Stoics says we have 2 ears and just 1 mouth.
Oh, so listen more before you speak. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, thank you. I'll skip that one. I was gonna pick like really good one, which one I really like, and then we'll pick. Okay, I'm gonna go with. Ooh, that's a fun question.
Okay.
What would your younger self not believe about your life today?
Whoa, that I travel so much. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I was always thinking, how will be
To travel?
Yeah, I was thinking in places, countries, and how would be my life when I was 20, 30, things like that. It was difficult to imagine. But I know if I tell myself, you will travel and learn many things traveling.
You would be shocked that you did this much traveling.
And the other thing will be the many times that I start my life from scratch.
That's right. That's pretty
To
amazing.
reinvent myself in different moments.
Yeah, because you started in Colombia, then you were in Prague, Czech Republic a little bit, then Spain, and now America, New Jersey, whatever.
And the different things that I did in my life, like working in the banks, in Coca-Cola, being a waiter, being a DJ, a personal trainer, martial art teacher, physical therapist, psychological therapist, photographer, dance teacher.
Yeah, the list is long.
I
So
didn't know
you
that
would
one.
never imagine when you were little that you would end up reinventing yourself so many times
Yep.
and trying different things. What would you say it takes to have the courage to try different things? Because not everybody can, do new things. They'll be like, oh, I only know A, and I'm just going to stick with A. Like, how do you have the courage to explore something different?
The funny thing is I never thought that I have courage.
Oh, really? You wouldn't describe yourself like that.
I don't describe myself like that. Never. I have to be completely honest. No. But my wife said that.
Yeah, I would say that you are.
But maybe I'm stubborn.
Okay.
But I have an idea.
Okay.
Is I want to do the things that I like.
That's the key.
I want to do it. I want to dance. Well, I go to dance. I want to read books. I go to read books. The thing is that I have the capacity to move. I'm very wood. Yeah. This is movement. And I always learn some things, different things, and I feel bored quickly. I go to the other one, learn this one, and I have the capacity to relate these things.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
I just relate the things, the music with therapists, with photography, and with personal training, all the things. They have relation, and I can use the principles of this in this other one. I can do it. This is a very good tool for me. And when I want to learn something, I try to immerse and spend time there. It's more than courage, it's like decision.
It's because if you have a desire to do what you enjoy.
I have desire and I made that decision and I go.
And you make the decision. Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
Whatever the steps are, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I remember with the martial arts, I want to learn these martial arts, and I want to know these guys, colonel in Russia,
Oh, okay.
and I just picked the phone. I called him, and 1 week later, I was flying there to learn.
Nice, nice. Okay, okay.
I don't know if it's courage or stupidity.
Whatever you gonna call
Yeah, I
it.
think it's the second one.
Okay, so this kind of ties into it. What is the coolest and most unique or important skill that you have learned from your job? I guess from all your jobs.
Communication
Oh,
is the most important skill that you could have. And still I have some problems with that.
right, right. It's an ongoing process.
Yeah. But when you can communicate with different kinds of people, makes your job easier and more interesting. Because you learn more and you can offer, you can serve people. Because at the end, the most important thing for me in my work is to serve. Give to the people a good experience. And I can do that because of communication. And communication is not just what I show, what I said, is what I could understand too. Communication is two ways. Yeah? If I could understand them, say, they need this from me, I could offer. Okay, perfect. This is a communication.
Oh.
And sometimes I don't need to talk. I think this is
That's
really
a
good.
very good skill. That's a very good skill, which I feel like it kind of happens with the journey that you had, because you're dealing with so many different people, so many different personalities. You catch on like how to speak to different people differently, how to listen, how to understand people differently.
Yep.
That's amazing. Okay. So the final question is the same question I always ask at the end, everybody, is if you could have one rule that everybody in the world had to follow, what would it be?
Rules. Wow.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a rule, just like a suggestion for everybody what they should be doing. What would you like everybody to see, to do?
Will sound cheesy, but will be treat others with love.
Yes, I get that a lot. A lot of them say kindness, love. Yes, yes.
If you treat other people with love, everybody will feel good. Everything will be very, very different. You work with love. What else? It'll be perfect.
I love it. I love it. Okay, is there anything, thank you for sharing, is there anything that we didn't talk about that you would like to talk about before we end our awesome conversation? This was so much fun for me. I loved it. Yeah, it was such
Great.
an amazing journey.
I'm
so many
so
different
happy.
steps. It's a lot of different steps. Is there anything that we didn't mention, or we're good?
I don't know if I mentioned communication. I don't know. To be clear.
I think we definitely mentioned that one.
I think that we talk about many
We
things.
talk about
and
many
was
things. It's been
very
amazing.
interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. I enjoyed the conversation a lot. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this time. Was wonderful.
Thank
Was
you.
interesting. And I don't know. I feel so good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Me too. Me too. Okay, so where can people find you? Do you have like a website? Do you have Instagram? How can they find you if they want to book photography with one of the most amazing photographers in New York City, New Jersey?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Where can they find you?
Well, I have my webpage. It's Fabian Molano photography.com,
Okay.
and Instagram. You could find me like fabianmolano.nyc.
We will link it at the description.
Perfect.
Okay.
Basically that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. This was
You're
amazing. I feel
welcome.
like we need to go home.
Thank you.
This was
I'm so
awesome.
happy. It was
It was
really good.
amazing. It was amazing.
I hope that we can have the opportunity to talk again.
That would be
Maybe-
awesome. Part 2.
Yeah, we can have part 2.
Part 2 would be awesome. Maybe you and your wife one day.
Deal?
Seriously. Yeah.
Yeah?
Deal. We'll do it.
We got it.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Okay.